In this video I'll cover the compositional element of reflections, talk about symmetry and reveal one of my all-time favorite photos. One which I've been on the hunt for years.
I think it's worth it. Incredible light. I'm literally on top of the world. So if there's one thing humans really love, it's order. And I don't think there is one natural phenomena which is more orderly than reflections. In this episode, I have come to this gorgeous mountain here in the background. It is literally, well, not the mountain, but the shooting location, 5 meters from the main road, A1. I'm only a little bit further northeast than the glacier lagoon Jökulsárlón. Along the road here in the east there are a lot of all these small ponds and they work perfectly for reflections. So as you can see, the road is literally right here and I have passed this mountain I don't know how many times and wanted to photograph it. And finally I had the chance because I have a little time on my own here in Iceland. Right now the conditions are just absolutely stunning. So what's going on is we have this mist which has rolled in and covers the bottom part of the mountain. Then I have my camera down in one of these pools. In that way I can catch the reflection. Compositionally it's super easy. Like just put the ground line straight in the middle of the frame and have the reflection. That's basically it. There's nothing more to it. But it is just so simple and so beautiful and moody. I absolutely love this scene and I absolutely is going to love the final version of this photo. So as you can see, I put my camera right here in the middle of this pool and I've walked out of the pool and I am controlling it remotely. I can use my phone, but I have this little remote and I can control the camera from a longer distance with this remote. If you want to know which one it is, I can definitely recommend to check out the recent gear video from Nick Page, where he talks about this one. It's a very, very nice little device. So I've played a little bit around with different compositions and there are a few to choose from, but I gotta admit that the simple one here is my favorite. It's basically a no-brainer. I tried to incorporate a little bit of foreground elements in some of my photos and I'm not entirely sure if it worked out. Right now I definitely prefer the simple one. But the location is actually beside the mountain here very, very interesting because right down in these pools there are both like bubbles which is underneath some ice and then there's some ice underneath that. It looks a little bit weird and you probably will have to wrap your head around it a few times before you understand what's actually going on. And in the lower ice there's also some holes, black holes, which I also try to incorporate somehow. Not entirely sure if it works, but yeah, let's see. So I've come a little bit further up the road, about 15 kilometers or so, and I'm here at these gorgeous mountains. And in this particular case I have found some moss I can use as the foreground. It makes quite a lot of sense to make a foreground here, and it's quite an aesthetically pleasing foreground, I would say. I also have a little bit of water coming around that moss, so definitely worth shooting. I've made sure to have the camera in the right position as to have the background mountains reflected in the water, and at the same time have the foreground in a optimal position. So right now I'm basically just waiting for the ripples in this water to settle down. I think it's the wind that creates a little bit of ripples, so hopefully in 10 to 15 minutes I should be able to get a shot here. So sadly the ripples won't really come all the way down, so I put on the 6-stop filter as to get a longer shutter speed. And with the longer shutter speed I can simply just like smooth out the water and I get the effect I want. So symmetry is such a basic compositional element, and in my opinion it is way more interesting to learn symmetry and leading lines and so forth instead of like the rule of third or the golden ratio or something like that. So with symmetry you can create some very beautiful and pleasing and aesthetically looking photos.
Reflections doesn't have to be a mirrored image. Reflections can also happen between very different elements in your scene. In this example from Kirkjufell in Western Iceland, we have the triangular shape of the mountain reflected in the foreground grass to make a simple yet powerful composition. Although it is harder to find in nature, the reflection of symmetry can also go through the vertical axis. Some locations and phenomena do lend themselves perfectly for this though. A rainbow placed in the middle of the frame is a good example on this. Likewise, a whole location can almost be a mirror of itself, like in this photo from Aldeafoss. I had high hopes it was possible to end this video with one of my most sought after photos from Iceland. A reflection photo of the iconic mountains at Stokksnes surrounded by the northern lights. A few days later, after I recorded the footage for this video, I finally got the chance with a few hours of partly clear sky during medium to high aurora activity. I continually update my Maps map from Iceland with great landscape photography locations, suggestions to budget accommodation, photos for inspiration and links to all my videos, which describe most of the locations in detail. If you want to buy it, there are links both here in the end of the video or in the description. I also have a 10% discount on my Photoshop tutorials. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something. As always, I would highly appreciate both a like and a comment.